Hi, Chuck Hawley from West Marine. You know, one of the daunting challenges when you walk into a West Marine store is to figure out what is the right life jacket for you. So, as it turns out, there's a wide variety of life jackets, but that's a good thing because there's a wide variety of types of boating, and you want the right life jacket for your type of boating. The Coast Guard requires you to have either a Type 1, 2, 3, or 5 that fits you for every person on board a boat. And incidentally, on boats over 16 feet, you also have to have a throwable device, a cushion or a horseshoe or a ring or a life sling. When we talk about a Type 1, we're talking about the big commercial vests with 22 pounds of buoyancy, really intended for commercial vessels, not recreational vessels. When we talk about a Type 2, the most typical style is the old inexpensive Type 2s. They're always orange, they have a single strap around the front and so forth. And while they meet Coast Guard requirements, we don't find them very comfortable, and frankly, we'd prefer to have you consider a different type of life jacket. Type 3s generally look something like this, although there's a wide variety. They provide 15.5 pounds of buoyancy, they have pretty good in-water performance, and their main benefit is that they have lots of styles so that if you're a water skier, you can get one that's ideal for water skiing. If you're a paddler, you can get one for paddling. If you're a sailor, you can get one for sailing. These tend to be made out of very soft foam. They fit really well and they give you good freedom of movement. Incidentally, you can get Type 3s that look like a jacket. Here's a float coat. This is ideal for colder seasons. And finally, there's the catch-all category, Type 5s. Type 5s don't fit in one of the Type 1 or 2 or 3 categories. So for example, this is a Type 5 because it has a harness built into it for offshore sailing. So a Type 5, you shouldn't shy away from it. It may have just the features that you're looking for, but it doesn't fit the characteristics of a Type 1, 2, or 3. So now let's try to find the best life jacket for the type of boating you do, whether you're a recreational boater, or you're a day sailor, or you're a water skier, or an angler, or whatever. There are about 8 different categories of boating, and West Marine has the life jacket that's appropriate for each of them. If you like to go day sailing, either on a dinghy like this Flying Junior, or on a small keel boat, we recommend a Type 3 sailing vest for most applications. You have models like this Action Reflex, which is adjustable in multiple ways, very comfortable, gives you wide freedom of movement, or this Medalist vest. Notice how these vests have adjustable shoulders, so you can pull the jacket up and down on your torso for a good fit, and they also have adjustable sides so that you can really snug it around your chest so that it doesn't ride up if you do fall into the water. A nice feature on a lot of these vests is that they have pockets, sometimes which are quite hidden, and you can have a whistle or a piece of safety gear, maybe half a sandwich or compass, something like that, and tuck it right into your pocket. These vests are very comfortable, give you a good range of mobility, and for an active sport like day sailing or dinghy sailing, this is what we recommend. Well, now we're back on one of my favorite boats, Elixir, which is a Santa Cruz 52. Now, the owners of Elixir have sort of 2 modes of operation. They like to go day sailing and race around buoys in Monterey Bay, and they also like to go on long distance sails to Hawaii. For day sailing, using a dinghy style vest that might be good for kayaking or paddling is a good compromise. And that's because if you fall off of Elixir, they're going to circle around and get you in just a few minutes. So you don't have to have this long-term, high buoyancy, long-term survivability. So using something like this Reflex vest or a similar vest is a really, really good choice. If you are going offshore, we recommend wearing an inflatable, especially a high buoyancy inflatable like this 35-pound buoyancy model from West Marine. This is an offshore model, meaning that it has lots of buoyancy to keep your face and your mouth above the water so that it's easy to breathe while you're waiting to be rescued. These are available with a safety harness built into them, which is vital if you're sailing on a sailboat, because most of the time you should be clipped in and should be running along the deck using a jack line and a tether. If for some reason you fall overboard and you're disconnected, this will automatically inflate to a very large shape and again provide survivability until the boat can come around and get you. The other thing that I like about this is for sailboats where you have to grind winches and steer and tail lines, this gives you lots of freedom of movement so that you're not all bound up in a big foam device. So for offshore sailing, a 35-pound inflatable with a harness is the best choice. If you're lucky to either own an offshore powerboat like this sport fishing boat, or possibly just get invited along as a guest, what's the best life jacket? Well, the fact is that very few people actually fall overboard on a boat like this because the platforms are stable and the bulwarks are high, so it's difficult to actually fall over. On the other hand, boats like this can go out in very rough conditions because they're capable of crossing oceans. So we like to recommend a 35-pound buoyancy inflatable life jacket. This gives you plenty of freedom of movement, high buoyancy if you do go in accidentally, and of course these are available in both a manually activated style or a water activated style. If you're going out angling in a small fishing boat like this Boston Whaler, you'll want to wear a vest that's specifically designed for fishing, like this Type 3. Generally, fishing vests have pockets in the front which make it very easy to carry some tackle along with you. In this case, it has encircling belts to keep the device on your body even if you get thrown out of the boat at high speeds. Very, very comfortable design with some neoprene in the shoulders to give you a little give. There's really no reason not to wear a life jacket when you can wear one that's this functional and this comfortable when you go fishing. It seems like wherever you look, people are taking to the water in paddle-powered craft, whether it's rowing shells or ocean kayaks or whitewater kayaks or canoes. So there's a whole line of life jackets that are designed to give you freedom of movement when you use a paddle so that you don't get chafe and kind of discomfort when you're on the water. The West Marine Medalist vest works good for this purpose. It's got deep arm holes which allow you to have good freedom of movement, and it's highly adjustable so that if you're wearing a kayak that has a skirt, you can shorten the shoulder straps and pull it up above the skirt so that you get a good seal around your torso. Very, very comfortable, very soft foam that moves when you move. It seems like on any given day in this area, when you see people in kayaks, inevitably some of them have some fishing rods. And that's where something like this Mti vest can come in. This allows you to have both a kayaking vest, but it also has extra pockets, and it's ideal for an angler because it actually gives you a little surface here where you can change your tackle. So really nice vest. Again, flexible soft foam, highly adjustable, and ideal for all sorts of paddle sports. If you operate a commercial vessel, you have to have Type 1 life jackets on board. They have some interesting characteristics. One is, because you're stacking a whole bunch of these in a tight space, they tend to be rectangular in size, so they stack efficiently. The next thing is they're universally sized. This model is designed to fit anybody that's 90 pounds and above, so they have a very wide range because you can't control who's going to be putting it on in an emergency. They also have this retro-reflective tape, which gives a very shiny reflection, and incidentally, you can put the life jacket on this way or this way. It doesn't make any difference because in an emergency, a lot of people are going to do things not exactly the correct way. So this will end up providing 22 pounds of buoyancy or more, but we really feel that these are right for commercial vessels, not for recreational vessels. And the reason we say that is we want people to wear life jackets when they're on board a boat. Even though these have pretty good in-water performance, it really doesn't make sense for recreational boaters because a lot of people fall off their boats, and if they do, we want them to be wearing something, and they probably won't be wearing this. So we put this in the commercial category. A lot of people like to take their pets out on the water, and it's no wonder if you've got a beautiful dog like Uli. But surprisingly, dogs aren't that good of swimmers, especially when they fall into rough, cold water. That's when a dog pet preserver might be a good idea. These are usually made out of neoprene. They're very soft, and they're contoured to the dog's body. And they also provide a handle, and in this case, a handle with reflective tape on it. So if you have to lift the dog out of the water, you can grab them and pick them up. So this might be a good idea for you if you like to have your pets on board. So if for some inexplicable reason you're actually wanting to take your cat on board your boat, we also make life jackets that are cat-sized as well, although exactly why you'd want to bring your cat on the boat is unclear to us. If you're involved in water sports activities like wakeboarding or water skiing or operating a PWC, you know the importance of wearing a tight-fitting, secure life jacket. When you use a water sports life jacket, you'll notice that it generally has belts that go all the way around your body to help keep it on, and it has 3 methods of closure, generally 2 belts and a zipper, or 2 belts and an additional clasp around the neck. Now it's really important for these to fit well because the chances of you hitting the water and tumbling are quite high. So you want a soft, flexible vest that can really grip your torso so that when you do fall off or fall down skiing, it'll stay on you and stay put. Most states have laws requiring PWC operators to wear a life jacket when it's in operation, and of course it's a great idea because part of the fun is falling off and going in the water. And remember, if you have children on board, they've got to have life jackets that fit them. So water sports vests are available in a variety of sizes, all the way from youth sizes up to XXL and triple extra large. One of the things that we love about boating is the variety of ways that you can get out and enjoy the water. Whether you're day sailing or angling, crossing oceans, or maybe going for a paddle in your kayak. And there's a right life jacket for each of those applications. We hope in this video we've given you some ideas on how to select the right life jacket for safe boating. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the water.